Waking up at 5 a.m. sounds like the ultimate productivity hack, something successful people swear by. But what really happens when you actually try it for 30 days? Does it make you more productive, more focused, or just more tired? I decided to find out. From the early struggles to the unexpected benefits, the results weren't exactly what I expected. Today we will talk about I tried waking up at 5 a.m. for 30 days. Here's what actually changed. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. Day 1-5, the reality check. The first few days were honestly tough. Waking up at 5 a.m. sounds easy when you plan it, but when the alarm rings and it's still dark outside, your body immediately resists. The biggest challenge was sleep. I realized very quickly that waking up early is not the hard part. Sleeping early is. If I went to bed late and still forced myself to wake up at 5 a.m., I felt tired, slow, and unfocused the entire day. It didn't feel productive at all. In fact, it felt worse than my normal routine. This is where most people fail. They focus on waking up early but ignore the most important part: getting enough sleep. By day 3 or 4, I started adjusting my nights. Less phone time, no late scrolling, and trying to sleep earlier. It wasn't perfect, but it made a difference. Day 6-10, small wins start showing. Around the second week, something interesting started happening. Waking up at 5 a.m. became slightly easier. Not easy, but easier. The biggest benefit during this phase was quiet time. No notifications, no noise, no distractions, just a calm environment where I could think clearly and focus. I started using this time for simple things: planning my day, light exercise, reading or learning. It didn't feel like a huge transformation, but I noticed I was starting my day with intention instead of reacting to everything. That alone made a difference. Day 11-15, energy versus discipline. This is where things got real. Some days I felt great, focused, productive, and in control. But other days I felt low on energy, even though I woke up early. This made me realize something important. Waking up early does not automatically give you energy. It only gives you time. What you do with that time matters more. If I used those early hours well, the day felt productive. If I wasted them, the whole effort felt pointless. Discipline became more important than motivation. I couldn't rely on feeling good every day. I had to stick to the routine even when I didn't feel like it. Day 16-20, mental clarity improves. By the middle of the challenge, one of the biggest changes was mental clarity. My mornings felt calmer. I was not rushing anymore. I had time to think before the day started. This reduced stress more than I expected. Instead of waking up late and jumping straight into work or responsibilities, I had a buffer. That buffer changed how I approached the entire day. I also noticed better focus. Tasks that usually took longer felt easier to complete. But again, this only worked when I had proper sleep. Without enough rest, everything fell apart. Day 21-25, social life and reality balance. This phase exposed one of the biggest challenges of waking up at 5 a.m. Your lifestyle. Waking up early means sleeping early. And that doesn't always fit with real life. Late dinners, social events, or even just relaxing at night became harder to manage. I had to make choices. Either stay up late and feel tired, or sleep early and miss some things. This made me realize that a 5 a.m. routine is not just a habit. It's a lifestyle shift. It requires sacrifice. And not everyone needs to make that sacrifice. Day 26-30, the honest truth. By the final days, waking up at 5 a.m. felt normal. But here's the honest truth. It did not magically change my life. It didn't suddenly make me more successful or solve all my problems. What it did do was give me more control over my mornings, improve my discipline, reduce stress when done properly, help me start my day with focus. But it also came with trade-offs: strict sleep schedule, less flexibility at night, need for consistency. The biggest lesson? It's not about waking up early. It's about managing your time and energy. What actually changed? The real takeaway. After 30 days, the biggest change was not the time I woke up. It was my awareness of how I use my time. Waking up at 5 a.m. forced me to be more intentional. It showed me how much time I usually waste, and how important routines really are. But here's the truth most people won't tell you. Waking up at 5 a.m. is not necessary for success. Some people perform better at night. Some people need more sleep. Some schedules just don't fit this routine. What matters is not the hour you wake up, it's what you do after you wake up. If you wake up at 8 a.m. and use your time well, that can be just as powerful as waking up at 5 a.m. This 30-day experiment taught me discipline, awareness, and the importance of sleep more than anything else. Waking up early can be powerful, but only if it fits your lifestyle and you manage your sleep properly. Otherwise, it can actually make things worse. So instead of blindly following the 5 a.m. trend, focus on building a routine that works for you. Because in the end, success is not about copying someone else's schedule. It's about creating your own. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.